Hey guys, what's up? It's the boy who had 7 here. Today I'm going to share with you all the Funko Pops in my collection. Stick around to see what I got. Alright guys, welcome to another video. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Recently I've seen a lot of members of the comic book community, which I'm a part of, try to bring together both the pop community and the comic community. And I think it's the coolest thing. I've met a lot of friends in the pop community. And it's not the first time it's happened. You know, I've got friends like Cobra Comics and Super Russ 9000 that were both Funko Pop guys first, and they've switched over to the comic realm, and they've been here for a while now. And it's really cool to see these two worlds come together because often they collide anyways, right? So when Pops first started coming out, it's been a long time, I really wasn't into them. But when I jumped on YouTube and I started, you know, creating this room that you see behind me, I started picking up a Funko Pop here and a Funko Pop there. And I always thought, you know, I'm not gonna get addicted to this, but I'm only gonna get the ones that I really like. And the problem with that is that there's a lot of them that I really like. So today's video, I'm gonna share with you guys all of the Funko Pops in my collection. I'm gonna really quickly tell you why I got them. And I've got a whole bunch of gifts here too, people that have gifted me some of these Funkos. And so let's get right into it. You guys know that my channel's name is The Boy Who Had 7. If you're watching this for the first time, you have any idea where that comes from. It comes from two things. Number one, I'm a humongous Harry Potter fan. The very first chapter of the very first Harry Potter book is The Boy Who Lived. And so I wanted to do a play on that when I started this channel. I also have 7 children. My wife and I have been married for almost 20 years, been together much longer than that, and we have 7 kiddos. And so one day my son's like, hey dad, why don't you call yourself The Boy Who Had 7? And that was a great idea, and I've ran with it since then. So the first 2 pops I'm gonna share with you guys are my Harry Potter pops. I've got only 2 of them, and I may get more, but like I said, I'm trying to just get the ones I absolutely love. I had to have this one. This is Harry Potter #1. This is the very first Harry Potter pop right here. In this line, it's #1. And I absolutely love it. So Harry, one of my favorite characters of all time, gotta have him. And then I've got this really cool glow-in-the-dark 2018 Summer Convention limited edition Moaning Myrtle. And I absolutely love this. It glows in the dark. Moaning Myrtle is so much fun in the books and in the movies, and so I had to have this Moaning Myrtle. And those are my 2 Harry Potter pops, all right? Next thing, I grew up absolutely loving certain franchises, right? And one of my favorite franchises growing up was G.I. Joe's. So there's only one G.I. Joe pop that I own, but I absolutely love this character, and it is Cobra Commander. Check out the Cobra Commander right there. I absolutely love him. This would be one of the coolest cosplay costumes. I've wanted to do it for a long time, but man, I love this pop. So there it is, another pop from something that I love. All right, next up in my collection, and probably the biggest fandom that I was a part of in my teens, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, it's Dragon Ball Z. I grew up a huge Dragon Ball Z fan. So sometime in the 1980s, there's this little Japanese kid that lived down the street from me, my really good friend. I wish I remembered his name. It'd be cool to catch up again, but I mean, I was super young. Every time I went over to his house, it smelled different. There's different kinds of things inside, and definitely the language was different in the home. And one thing I fell in love with was Dragon Ball Z. He used to have it on his TV, I just remember looking at it and thinking, this is really cool. Didn't understand it because it was in Japanese, but I loved it, and I was really young there. So skip forward to the early 90s. One of my other friends had cousins that lived in Spain, and those cousins would record Dragon Ball Z in Japanese on VHS tapes and then send it over to us here in the States, or not up to us, but to him. And I always spend the night, hung out with him, and we'd watch it. So, I mean, it was really cool, early 90s, before it was even on TV or anything here in the States. We'd watch it in Japanese. Fun fact, Dragon Ball Z was finished and ended in, I think it was January 31st, 1996. So we were watching it, you know, and it was just, I just fell in love with it. And Dragon Ball Z is, it's just part of my heart, part of me. So, got a couple Dragon Ball pops, right? #1, favorite character of all time, many of you guys know this, is Vegeta. All right, and one of the very first stories I ever saw was when Vegeta comes to Earth as an alien to battle Goku And so I've got these two here in their pose when they're about to fight each other. What's really cool, guys, and I don't know if you know this, but Goku is like the Japanese version of Superman. He came to Earth on a ship crashed. He actually came here to kind of destroy Earth, but when he got here, he hit his head, was found by a really nice old man named Grandpa Gohan. He raised him in martial arts and stuff, and then he became like the alien that saves the Earth all the time, right? Really, really cool. Creator of Dragon Ball, loved Superman. So pretty neat. But here's Vegeta and Goku. I've got them out so they can be posed up against each other. And then I've got a couple other Vegeta pops because he is my favorite. Check him out here with his little scouter. Super Russ 9000, where he gets his name from. It's over 9,000. You guys have probably seen that before. It's when Vegeta is using that scouter, she has there in his hand, right? The over 9,000 scouter. And he's scouting some power levels that are pretty crazy high. So those are my Dragon Ball Z pops. Absolutely love them. Have to have those in the collection. Something else I loved, I fell in love with this, I don't even know when it came out. It's been a while, and I see that people are watching it right now and into it again, so it's really cool. But this is Avatar, The Last Airbender. If you guys haven't watched this show, you probably have seen that a lot of people are getting into it because it's on Netflix for the first time again. So watch the show. It's absolutely amazing. I own all 3 seasons on DVD, but you need to check this out. Aang is such a cool character. Had to have this one in the collection. Love it. So watch that if you guys haven't watched that. Something else I've fallen in love with as an adult. I absolutely love The Walking Dead. I know a bunch of you guys probably think the show was great for the first 3 seasons. It got boring after that. But I can't get enough of it. I have watched all the seasons, all the episodes up to where it's on TV right now. And the wife and I have done that 3 times. And I love it. And one of my favorite characters in the show is Carl. I got to give a huge shout out to Molnir, my friend. You guys have probably seen him. He was on Comic Gories this last time with us. Cody, him and his wife sent me this pop, and he didn't know I loved Carl, but I absolutely love this kid. I think he's so cool, and it's so neat to see him with his little hat. I was gonna go to MegaCon this year. Bummer that we couldn't, right? All of our plans were changed. Our lives have been changed by COVID, and that's okay. We roll with the punches, right? But this kid, the actor, was gonna be there, and I was totally gonna get him to sign this pop. That would have been really cool. Hopefully I get to do that again next year. But I love Walking Dead. All right. Okay. Next, guys. Before I get into my Marvel and DC, because that's going to take up most of everything, I've got a couple of pops that are out. This right here is a Lord of the Rings pop. And if you've watched Lord of the Rings, you know that Aragorn has to go in and make a deal with the King of Dunharrow. And without that deal, they lose. And this is just an awesome, awesome pop. It's absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite pops that I have. The color on it is just awesome. Translucent green. It flows. He's got that copper green helmet. So cool. So big Lord of the Rings fan here. And then we've got the Witch King of Agmar. Look at him, man. I mean, so cool. And the fact that he loses and the way that he loses and dies, you know, it's really neat. If you guys have not watched Lord of the Rings, Perry, I'm talking to you. Go watch them, bro. But check out, these pops are just absolutely stunning. Have those together. I'm a huge music fan. Love lots of music. And one of my favorite artists of all time is Morrissey. You guys have seen Morrissey and The Cure, my 2 favorite artists in MCU soundtracks. Both of them came out in Ant-Man. So I don't know, my favorite band of all time is The Cure. They don't have a pop for Robert Smith yet, but as soon as they do, I'm getting it. My second favorite artist of all time is Morrissey. This is this guy right here. But in Ant-Man #1, you hear The Cure Disintegration playing while they're inside of the briefcase and the phone's playing and they're fighting each other. One of the coolest songs ever on one of the greatest albums ever. And then in Ant-Man and the Wasp, you see Morrissey and the Mexican guy's grandma that owns her own restaurant loves Moz. Well, this is Moz, Morrissey, right? And you get to hear his music there, so really cool. Had to have that Morrissey pop as soon as it came out. Also, fun fact, Morrissey used to be in a band in the 80s and 70s known as the Smiths. And one of the greatest guitarists ever to hold a guitar, in my opinion, is Johnny Marr. They broke up and he became Morrissey, and Johnny Marr went off and did other things. But yeah, Morrissey used to be the lead singer of the Smiths. All right. DC first. I got these two guys hanging out over me as I do my work here in the comic office. And this, as soon as I saw it, I had to have it. It is the Jim Lee. You can see Jim Lee's name right there. See if it'll focus. Come on, focus for me. Maybe not. Anyway, there it is. Jim Lee. This is the Batman Jim Lee pop. And this thing is just so cool. And I have it sitting up here above me on my armoire. And man, I just love this thing. The way that he's looking right there. You guys know the comic cover that that's from. And then I've also got Superman right next to him. And Superman's right here looking all good. I love Supes getting ready to take off with some power. Right? So I got them two sitting above me. This next one of my favorite pops in my collection. And this is the 2018 Summer Convention Limited Edition Red Hood. Check out Red Hood, one of my favorite characters. And my favorite DC movie ever, Under the Red Hood. If you haven't watched that, watch it. It's a cartoon, but it's absolutely amazing. And then read the story. Really, really good. But here he is, Red Hood, in all of his glory. I just think he's so stinking cool. His little brown jacket, his guns out, and his big old red hood. I just love it. So this is one of my DC ones. And last but not least, I don't have many DC, but this one's a gift from a friend, Matt Thanatos. He knew that I started getting into the Green Lantern, which is a character that I didn't grow up loving. And as I started to read the Jeff Johns storyline, him and I started breaking that down together in an old show we used to do called Willpower Unleashed. And he sent me this as a Christmas gift. So it's Kyle Rayner, the White Lantern. Number one, I recommend that if you have not read Jeff Johns' Green Lantern run, you do it. One of the greatest runs I've ever read in comic book history. Number two, we don't see Matt Thanatos out here much often, but we miss him. Hope he's doing well, and can't wait till he comes back to the community and hangs with us some more. So there it is. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Pretty cool. And then you can see in the back they've got the different White Lanterns: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Flash. But I've got the real Kyle Rayner right there. So cool. That's my DC collection. And now to my Marvel collection. This one's huge. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is show you the ones that are out. This is one I just picked up this last week at my comic shop. And this is a recreation of Amazing Spider-Man 316. Check out that pop, guys. I had to take it out of the box, and it's up on my desk now. I mean, look at that. It's that same poster right here behind me. Okay? It's a recreation of that moment from Amazing Spider-Man 316. First cover appearance of Venom. So there it is. And I mean, it's just so detailed and so cool. Yeah, I love this. And I told myself I'm not buying any more pops, and that didn't work. I got a few more this last week. These things are just amazing. So there's that beautiful pop that I have out. All right, so next up, guys, I got this really cool pop. It's a mix of the Ghost Rider and Doctor Strange, all right? I absolutely love this. You know I love both of those characters. And this comes from a Donny Cates story, believe it or not, called Damnation. So I saw this come out, got it from Hot Topic, and it always sits up here behind me. So love that. And to go along with him, I've got the Doctor Strange right here. This is one of the first pops I ever bought. Look how cool it is. It's beautifully colored. Let me take this off here. Beautifully colored pop. And it's just, Doctor Strange is so cool. One of my favorite reads from the 90s. So there's my little Doctor Strange. I've got another Spidey guy. This is Carnage right there with the symbiote coming off. Look at his mouth and the pink, just like in the comics. I just absolutely love that. And then you can see Cletus Cassidy back there, that ginger. He's a maniac. So there's him bobblehead, but he looks really cool. All right, there's Carnage. And then I absolutely love this pop right here. This is Psylocke, bobblehead too, with her purple hair and her really cool little uniform. I got this one a long time ago. I've had it for probably 2 years now or more. And this is one of my favorite pops I have. I love Psylocke, you guys know that. This is a more recent pickup. I love this character. There she is right there, SpiderGwen. And she's so cool. I got two of these, one for myself and one for my daughter. She likes to collect pops as well. So there's little SpiderGwen right there. All right, this next one was given to me by a friend. He is a reporter here in town, and saw that I was a YouTuber, and he's like, hey man, I got some pretty cool pops that I got for you, and I just want to give them to you for free. So this is one of my favorite pops too, probably top 3 in my collection. Silver Surfer. He is so awesome. I absolutely love the Silver Surfer. And what's really cool about this is another friend of mine had an extra one of these unopened, and there they are, guys. 2 gifts. Thank you for those, guys, if you watch this. Really appreciate it. But this Silver Surfer pop is absolutely amazing. One of my favorites. All right. There we go, Silver Surfer. If you guys are watching this and you're like, man, I never thought pops could be that cool looking or whatever, it's funny because my dad and mom come over here and I show them different pops. I ended up giving my dad 2 Fantastic Four pops the other day because he just fell in love with them, you know? You don't think that you're going to get anything like that or get into it, right? It's something, you don't collect toys, but then you see them and they're the cutest things and you can just put them up in different places. And if that's you guys watching this video, be careful and be aware because they are addicting. But, you know, find a couple here and there that you love, and you can get into them. All right, we still got quite a few more Marvel. Let's get into it really quickly, okay? These 2 are from some of the newer Spider-Man movies. This is, again, from my friend Bonnie. Thank you, Bonnie, who also gave me that Silver Surfer. And this is a Spider-Man in Far From Home. Or no, this is Homecoming. Yeah, this is a Homecoming one. Yeah, and you can see it right there, Spider-Man Homecoming. All right, pretty awesome. And then to go along with that one, this one's from Far From Home, and this one lights up, which is really cool. This is a Mysterio pop. And believe it or not, guys, I'm trying to get rid of this one. This is one that is really, really neat, but it's not one of my absolute favorites. So if you want this pop, hit me up. I will sell it to you. There you go, Mysterio looking really cool there. All right, this is from Avengers Infinity War. I got this in a Marvel exclusive collector core box. I absolutely love those boxes. And here it is, Captain America holding Mjolnir. And man, it was so awesome. When I first got this pop, I got 2 pops in the box, a t-shirt, and some other things. Go watch the video if you haven't seen me unbox these Marvel collector core boxes. But when the movie came out, this pop got all the way up to like 150 bucks. I mean, people wanted it. I have no idea where it's at now. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, I'm keeping that. One of my favorite parts of Endgame. But check out Cap holding Mjolnir. So cool. All right, love that one. All right, next, this is also from Infinity War and Endgame. And this is the Iron Spider suit, and he's in kill mode. I just love that suit. Look at his eyes, red, right? And then he's got the spider Iron Man spider legs sticking out. I just think it's so cool. This is one of my pops I just picked up recently. 10 bucks Amazon. I think it was actually 8 something. So, but really cool. I think I'm gonna pull this one out so you can get, you know, you could see the arms and they're just not in the box here. All right, next. I love this pop. I saw Super Russ 9000 have it. I asked him where he got it, if he wanted to sell it. He's like, no, that's one I'm keeping. I'm like, I gotta get it. So this is a 2019 Spring Convention limited edition Thor. And this Thor is absolutely amazing. Look at that Thor with the primary colors yellow, red, and blue. He just looks so, so neat. And of course he's holding Mjolnir. Yeah, awesome. One of my favorite pops too. Top 3 right here for me in the collection. All right, this is another gift from Bonnie. Thank you, Bonnie. This is a Spider-Man in the black Spider-Man suit. This one's a little bit older, and I'd been looking for a long time, and she had a couple of these. She owns every single Marvel pop from the very first one that came out all the way through to, like, I think she has something like 400, 500 Marvel pops. So she had an extra one, and she hooked me up with this, and one of these days we're gonna do a video on her pops because she's got a lot of money in them. She's got some good money there. But check out, I mean, just all dark and just the big white eyes. I just love this Spidey one. So there's another. Okay, this one I just got this week. I posted it on Instagram. I had seen this. I wanted to pre-order it because I love this character. Those of you guys that have watched me, you know that my favorite comic story of all time is the Infinity Gauntlet, which Endgame and Infinity War was pretty much based on. Huge differences from what happened on the big screen to the comic book. And one of those huge differences is this character. This character is one of my favorite because he plays such a vital role in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline in comics. We did not see him in the MCU except for one moment at the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy video, and that character is Adam Warlock. So I'd been wanting this one. I was looking for it to pre-order it. I could not find it. Then my friend Super Russ 9000 reaches out to me and says, hey, this company called Chrono Toys has them. If you want one, go check it out. It's only 18 bucks shipped. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's perfect, because all the other ones I saw were 40, 50, 60 bucks. I didn't want to pay that for a pop. So I got online. I had this in the cart, and all of a sudden I get a little PayPal message, and it says, Super Russ 9000 sent you 18 bucks. So this is a gift from Super Russ. I got to give you a huge thank you for telling me about it, for sending me the money over, and just for being such a cool guy. Love you, Super Russ. Thanks so much, my brother. And here he is, Adam Warlock. If you guys have not read the Infinity Gauntlet, which there he is right there with the Infinity Gauntlet on, okay? This guy plays a huge role. Without him, they don't beat Thanos when he has the gauntlet on. He actually gets the gauntlet himself and wears it, and he is righteous enough, that's the word I'm going to use, to give it up. It's such a great story. Please go read it. Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, and Infinity Crusade. Love them. So thank you, Russ, for that, brother. All right, these next two, I cannot have a collection of pops without these two lovebirds, and I'm going to show you them together. One is the glow-in-the-dark exclusive. The other is the regular. I got the glow-in-the-dark exclusive on eBay for about 20 bucks, and I got the regular one for about 9 bucks on Amazon. And here they are, guys, Rogue and Gambit. My favorite comic book couple, Rogue and Gambit. Check out Gambit with his red eyes, one of the coolest looking dudes in comics. I mean, if you're a kid in the 90s, how could you not like Gambit? He was just so cool looking, so suave, and he got the girl. I mean, the the Southern Belle Rogue was so stinking awesome, and one of my first crushes in comics. So weird to say. I don't tell the girl who had 7. I'm just kidding, she knows. But anyway, check out this wonderful couple right here, Rogue and Gambit. Had to get them to sit right next to each other up here on the comic wall. So there are those two. Love them. This one I got at my comic shop. I love Nova. Nova's pretty cool. This one can go alongside my comic book. But this is one that eventually we're going to see Nova come out in the MCU. And when I bought this, I got this one kind of as an investment to see if my 10 bucks one of these days will make me money with pops. I don't know. For now, I love, love, love having this, and I can't wait to see this guy in the MCU. But this one is an experimental pop, all right? So there's Nova. This next one, as I was buying Rogue, this one popped up on Amazon, and it was 20 bucks. But I saw it, and I thought, this is the cutest girl pop I've ever seen, and it's Electra, an 80-year collection, FYE exclusive. And look at her with her size. She's all dressed up in her red costume. Her hair's all long. Like, you know, like, it's just, she's so cute. It's crazy the way I feel, but I absolutely love these pops, you know. Makes me feel young again. And I definitely love the way she looks. So this is one of my favorites that I have now. Electra. Awesome. All right, only a few more to go. This one we'll save till the end. This next one, guys, I'm going to try to show you all together. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pops right here, but it's a collection. All right? One of my favorite comic book titles to collect is the Fantastic Four. And here they are, guys. My Fantastic Four pops. Mr. Fantastic. Invisible Girl. We got Johnny Storm right there, who is, if you can see him right there, Human Torch. We got The Thing, Doctor Doom. So many of you guys love Doom. Mole Man, who's the first guy they go up against in FF1. Silver Surfer, one of the coolest reads. Fantastic Four 48 through 50, right? Then we got Herbie Galactus, who's also in that 48 through 50, and the Super Skrull. So this is my Fantastic Four collection of Pops. Gotta have those. Got those from my LCS, Old Major Comics, here in El Paso, Texas. Love the dude. Hooked me up. I think he gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, and then I didn't pay for 3 of them because he's just like, I'm gonna throw them in there for you. So that was really cool of him. Thank you, dude, for doing that. So that is my Pop collection, guys. I've only got one more to show you, and it's the man that made most of these Pops happen, along with his friend Jack Kirby. But this is my Stan Lee Pop, and I have him here, and I've got to remember him after he passed away. These comic book characters have made the world a better place, and so these Pops would not exist in my collection unless it was for this dude right here. So Stan, thank you so much, man, for everything that you did for the comic world. And that's it, guys. That is my Pop collection. What do you guys think? Am I addicted, or do I have just the right amount? Is there anything in here that you didn't know existed and now you want to get into Pops? Let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I remember my friend Big Lion Cat, and a lot of you guys know Big Lion Cat, had said, I will never get a Pop. There's no way I'll get a Pop. I'm not going to get into that. And what happened? He got 1 Pop, 2 Pop, 3 Pop, 100 Pops. The dude has so many Pops now. It's awesome. So these are my Pops, guys. Tell me what you think about the Pop collection. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you. If this is your first time watching, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, come be a part of the Boy Who Had Sevens world. And like always, guys, I'll talk to you later. Mischief managed.